Hello, how are you on this beautiful fall Friday? I am coming to you to talk a little bit about um, just the amazing creativity and kind of complexity of nature, and just what a amazing creative God that points to when we take the time to kind of stop and think about the things that are happening all around us. So obviously here we are, past the midpoint of October, and we're going to be getting into peak fall color and then within the next couple weeks or so. So hey Matt, how are you? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the amazing things that are actually going on when you see a tree that's going to yellow and orange right now. So first of all, I'm going to go back to elementary school science class when you learned about photosynthesis at first, right? And photosynthesis is when the chlorophyll is using the energy from the sun to create its own food, creating sugars out of that. And then, hi Elaine. Uh, so the sunshine is shining down on the trees. The trees are making their own food. Plants are making their own food through this process of photosynthesis. Inside the leaves with the green, there's a pigment in there called chlorophyll that's absorbing the sunlight. The thing to know about chlorophyll, though, even though it's real strong and it masks over all the other pigments that might be inside that leaf, it is really effective at absorbing sun rays from the far ultraviolet end of the spectrum and the infrared end of the spectrum. It's real good at the blue and the red ends. It's really bad in the green and blue-green section of the light spectrum, the amount of light that's coming down to the tree. So to be more efficient, the leaf is actually loaded all summer long with these carotenoids, these other pigments that are real good at absorbing that center section of the light spectrum. So it's absorbing the carotenoids, which are xanthophylls and beta carotenes and the things that make yellow and orange. They are real good at absorbing up that light, passing on the energy to the chlorophyll, which then does the photosynthesizing and all of that. So all summer long, we're seeing these leaves, and there actually is yellows and oranges inside of them, but they're just masked over because the chlorophyll is just so much more dominant. So they mask over. Then comes fall. The photosynthesis is starting to shut down. The trees need to shed their leaves so they don't break all their branches with heavy snows. And this kind of process of the leaf dying is starting to happen. At the base of each leaf, the base of each stem, it starts to build up this kind of corky substance that slows down the transfer. It doesn't stop it completely, but it slows down that transfer of energy. And the chlorophyll just starts to kind of wither away. That, as it withers away and it disappears, that's when the other colors are able to show through. So we get to go for these walks, and we get this amazing visual experience every fall because one pigment withers away and the other pigments stay. And I'm always just so amazed when I think about how, and I've said this a million times on here before, but what a gift it is from God that they smell beautiful and they taste wonderful and they look amazing for us. It's just such a gift. Every time there's something in nature that just pleases our soul, it's such a gift from God. And I so appreciate fall color. Love to see it. I don't mind raking up the leaves. It's a good time to be outside. But there's more to the carotenoids, these xanthophylls and beta carotenes, than just absorbing light. Although that's very important, absorbing extra energy. There's two other things that they do that scientists have learned. One is sometimes a tree can just be getting too much sunlight, and this energy transfer is happening. And the chloroplast, when the chlorophyll is gathering that, there's nothing that they can do if they get overloaded except fry out. And they end up producing kind of toxic oxygen or carbon molecules that are really bad for the tree, for the leaf. But The carotenoids, they have a system in place. If they get over energized, if there's too much energy, too many photons like coming into the leaf from an extra super sunshiny day, they actually have an ability to quiver and release that energy as heat. So if you think about taking metal and just bending it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then you were to touch it, it would be hot. And that's kind of like that quivering that is happening, and heat is released. It's kind of the same concept. So they move and they quiver, heat's released, and the leaf has just the right amount of energy that it needs. This would be true too if there were, let's say, a tree that was chopped down and shade-loving trees were underneath it, that these carotenoids would be doing this. Or if it's just a very sunny day and it's the sun is really peeking down in towards the shade plants, they'd be able to do the same thing. And the other thing that they do at this time of year is that they'll also, there's still energy in this leaf. And so what they're doing, because the chlorophyll is kind of dying back, they're holding on to that energy. They held that energy and they're sending it back into the tree branches and then back to the trunk and down to the roots, so that that tree can be healthy and vibrant and have as much of its sugar energy back to make it through the winter. So a gift for our senses as we walk in the woods, but such an important component for these trees being healthy and as efficient as they can be. And I just think it's amazing to think about. Enjoy as the fall color comes upon us. Fall color is supposed to be dictated by length of day, so we should be on time for peak fall color in the next week or so. Seems like there's still kind of a lot of green, but there's a lot of change happening, and I'm seeing a lot of orange and yellow in my neighborhood and a lot of yellow behind me. So if you get out this weekend, please take a short stroll somewhere and just enjoy the color. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Sunday.